There's another universe. Please make some noise. Give me a sign. This can't be life if there's a point.
Hello my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Girl, as you guys can see, I am talking in this clip. However, my voice was not recorded when I recorded this on my camera. I tried a new setting and it did not work. So guess what we're going to do to make sure that this content does not go in the trash? We are going to do a voiceover, and I'm going to try to recap everything that I was saying. So today's look is going to be based on a Valentine's Day look for those who are looking for a cute little Valentine's Day look to do. I'm starting out with the transition color, which is a brown. It's from the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette. Definitely one of my favorites. If you guys don't have the palette, for sure get it, because I almost use it in almost all of my videos. Now I'm going in with the Look and Lash palette, and I'm using that pink color in there. I'm going to point to it here in a second. Boom. But I don't know if this company is still around. I got this in like 2019, so girl, I'm not sure. But the basis of today's video is I had a therapy session, as you guys know, and my therapist recommended that I could only cuss out people 3 days a week. Now he was being a little bit generous and let me do 4 days a week, and girl, still a struggle because normally I cuss out folks 7 days a week. But in this video I wanted to just kind of get your opinion on 3 instances where he says that I could have done things differently, and in my opinion I'm not really too sure about that. So I'm going to share those instances with you, and you guys let me know what it is you guys think about it. Okay, so the first one, I was actually going to Walmart. I went to the neighborhood Walmart over there in the hood, because y'all know sometimes I like to do little hood things. And I had my son with me, and a lady was standing in front of the door. Like, you know how you walk in through the sliding door, and then there's another sliding door? She was standing at the second sliding door or whatever, and my son accidentally hit the back of her ankles. Do I understand the pain that is associated with somebody hitting the back of your ankles? Absolutely, right? So immediately I was very apologetic. I apologized to the lady over and over again. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit the back of your ankles. Again, just very apologetic about the whole entire situation. All right, now I'm going in with my berries palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to use the darker shade color because I need to deepen up my crease a little bit. I had a very cute pink palette from Juvia's, and I'm not really sure if it got lost in the midst of my move or whatever, but I can't seem to find it. It may be around here somewhere, girl. I just need to do a little bit more digging, but we gonna make it work, okay? So we're going in with that deeper shade, and we're gonna apply it to the crease. Now, to follow up with the story. So after I apologized to the lady, she continued to give me like a very stank look, to the point that she wanted to have a stare down with me, right? So my therapist is like, well, are you upset that she didn't accept your apology? It wasn't the fact that she didn't accept my apology. It was the fact that you knew, because I expressed how sorry I was for it happening, that this was a genuine mistake. It wasn't like I hit the back of your legs on purpose or whatever. Like, it was a genuine mistake, and you continuing to stare me down for what reason here? Because you think I'm a punk or something? Yeah, we about to get that situated real quick. All right, so here you're going to see me go ahead and cut my crease. I'm using a little bit of the same concealer that I used as my base, and I don't think I told you guys that. I told you guys that in the video, but yeah, the sound is not there. So my base was the e.l.f. concealer, and it was in the shade Deep Cinnamon. I used the matte version because I didn't want to put down a setting powder, and that concealer kind of self-sets, so that's why I use that one. So you guys see me cutting the crease, getting ready to get prepared for the shimmer portion of this. If you guys really want your colors to pop, then definitely use a concealer. Anyway, back to the story. So after she is staring me down for like a good 5 seconds, I reevaluate the situation, and I begin to say, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, you shouldn't have been standing there in the first place, right? Of course, it was a lot more vulgar, but because I am being censored on YouTube, I can't tell y'all exactly what I said, but you know, read in between the lines. So she doesn't say anything. She's still staring, and I'm like, get from in front of the entrance, because again, now that I'm putting this into perspective, you shouldn't have been standing at the entrance anyway. Just flat standing there, like, girl, what are you doing? She wasn't wiping down her cart, anything like that. Like, girl, get out of my way. So the daughter chimes in and is like, don't talk to my mom like that, blase, blase. And I'm like, girl, I will talk to you that way. What are we doing here? So again, I assumed that they felt like I was a punk, because after I flipped out, we didn't have any further issues after that. So again, in this situation, that's the first scenario. Y'all let me know whether or not I was wrong or if I was in the right. I feel like I had the right away. My therapist says I should have walked away. I don't feel like that was a situation that I should have walked away, especially when she was trying to stare me down. Okay, so for this look, I like to blend different shimmers and shadows. So you guys will see me going in with my first shimmer here. And I kind of show you guys that in the previous clip. It is from the Juvia's Place Berries palette as well. Anyway, so second on to the second story. Oh my goodness. So the second incident, I was, you know what? I'm realizing that I have road rage. Me and him have been talking about that. I've noticed a lot of this happens when I'm on the road. But anyway, I saw a lady trying to merge. And my thing is, listen, you saw 30 feet away that you needed to merge. I don't understand why you wait until the last minute to try to get over. And I'm one of those people, I'm not letting you over, because listen, again, you saw that sign just like I saw that sign. So you needed to merge and merge on time. Speaking of which, with merging, baby, you have to speed up. Okay, merge is not doing 20 miles per hour. It is a speed up to kind of go with the flow of traffic. And if you don't do that, then you are bound to cause a wreck. Anyway, this lady kept trying to get in front of me, and I'm one of those people, like, if I say no, it's a no. Like, being in Texas has really taught me how to boss hog. And so I ride like back to back with the car in front of me, so there's no way for you to enter. Okay, you can't boss hog me, baby, because I'm boss hogging. Now, keep in mind that there is enough space behind me, for her to get in, but for whatever reason, she wanted to get in on this spot, so we going at it. Now, I just want to let y'all know that most of these instances happen on Harry Hines. Now, if you're familiar with Texas, then you know Harry Hines is the ghetto. I was working over there at the time, and it's just like, oh, I had some of the crazy stories working over there. I almost got picked up by a pimp, girl. It was crazy. Anyway, so we're fighting because she's trying to get in, and I'm not letting her. So I rolled out my window because we're side by side at this point. Was this extremely petty? Probably, but I mean, hey, whatever. So I rolled out my window, and I'm like, girl, if you hit the side of my car, I'm telling you, I'm gonna whoop yo, whatever, whatever. And she steady, throwing up middle fingers and whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, okay, girl, we about to get into it. Oh, this color right here that I'm using is from Lime Crime. I'm not sure if Lime Crime is still around either. They sent me this palette probably like 2019, 2018. So I'm not really sure if they are around either. Anyway, switching gears back to the story. So, she winds up hitting my car. And we pull over to the side. Now, if I'm nothing else, I'm definitely a woman of my word, so I had to stand on all 10s. And this is probably what helped me because of this incident. I do not, when I park my car, I turned off of the where it unlocks all doors or whatever. So I walk up to her car, I had on boots at the time, take the boots off. I walk up to her car and open up her door and immediately just punch her right smack dab in the face. Like, hey, it is what it is. I'm one of my word. Going in with some e.l.f. primer. I teeter-totter in between the green one and the red one. It is what it is. Both of them kind of work the same or whatever. So after I punched her in her face, now looking back on it, was that the smartest move? No. But at the time, I was extremely hot head. That's why I tell y'all, meds have really helped me calm the hell down. Because, girl... I was crazy. But anyway, I wound up breaking her glasses. I noticed that she didn't want to fight, so I was like, okay, let me not continue. But when you have road rage, girl, you have to be understanding that any moment, at any time, this could go left. And it might turn into like a physical altercation, which is why I try not to have road rage with my kids in the car. But yeah. Anyway, I stayed on the scene. I called my friend, let her know I was probably gonna be going to jail for assault, and to come and get my debit card so she could bail me out. Thank God that didn't happen. What happened was her boyfriend pulled up to the scene, and he was like on a motorcycle and was facing my car, and he was just staring me down when the police got there. So thankfully the police officer was like, oh, you know, people always trying to intimidate you, especially when she's in the wrong, and really took my side. And you know me, I played it up. I was like, yeah, I'm so afraid he been standing here for like 20 minutes. So I wound up getting off on that, and then I also wound up receiving a payout from the insurance. So that's the second incident that happened. Once again, y'all let me know whether or not I was in the wrong. I don't feel like I was in the wrong because I told her what was going to happen, and I had to stand 10 toes behind my word. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a woman of my word. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in. I did go in and color correct. I used the shade Mocha from the lip bar. Is it the lip bar? Yeah, it's from the lip bar. And then I'm taking a little bit of one size setting powder to go ahead and just kind of set that in place prior to me putting on the foundation. Now the foundation I'm going to be using today is from Elf, and I actually saw, what's her name? Is it Notori? I think it's Notori, y'all. If it's not, then just, you know, correct me in the comments, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Her makeup is always flawless, always super pretty. I think she's a UK baddie or whatever, but oh my gosh, like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Anyway, she didn't tell me personally, but she did make a video about this Elf foundation, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and try it. And girl, y'all just got to watch and see how it go. Okay, so after adding the foundation, I am going to go in. Look at me. That was a demonstration of what happened between me and a girl. But anyway, after the foundation, I'm going to go in with the shade Chai, and that is from Too Faced, and I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, apply that as my concealer. And then let's go ahead and get to the third and final incident, and y'all let me know once again how I was in the wrong, because baby, I don't see it. Anyway, again, over here on Harry Hines, child, that's why I say everything was going down on Harry Hines, baby. I became a product of my environment, and I'm not ashamed. Anyway, I can't even remember how I got into this situation. I don't know if I was trying to boss hog or he was trying to boss hog me. Anyway, this guy ended up in front of me, and we came to like a stop, and he got out his car and walked up to my driver's side door. And when I tell y'all, this is probably why I stopped packing the way I was packing, because girl, I almost popped that man. Okay, that's how I knew. I was like, yeah, you can't ride around with that thing no more, because you too hot headed. So anyway, he came up to my door, and he was like yelling and screaming or whatever. And when I tell you I hopped out of that car, now thinking back in 2020 vision here, that was very dangerous, because anything could have popped off. And baby, I was ready. Okay, I was a firecracker. I was ready for whatever came with that. So he hopped out, and I hop out of my car and get to yelling at him. He was like an old man. He probably was like 50 something or whatever, and he was just talking on crazy. He's like, why would you do that, da, 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 da. And I said, I started poking him in his forehead, child. That's why I said I would put my hands on folks. It's crazy. So I started poking him in his forehead, and I'm like, if you don't get your old A back in your car, I will whoop your A. And sure enough, what did he do? He went right back to his car, honey. That's why I said, like, Jesus really be looking out for me, because girl, I be out here thugging and bugging, okay? Once again, I do feel like I had the right of way, because, girl, you don't walk up to nobody's car and then not expect them to do anything, right? So I had to do something. So yeah, and the face powder you guys see me put on was Maybelline. It's in the shade 330. Y'all know I always use my Makeup Revolution Banana. I am going to try to link all products below. I've been doing that on the last couple videos. Hopefully it's been making it easy for you guys. Let me know if it doesn't or if it does. But yeah, girl, y'all see me putting on my bronzer from One Size. Y'all know I love me that bronzer and contour palette, girl. If you don't have it, definitely go and check it out. And I was actually looking, I don't know if they still carry the deep, because the only one that I've seen was the shade right before it. So hopefully they still have that. Maybe it's just in store. Okay, so now we're going to blend out that setting powder. If you guys need a full in-depth tutorial, please go check out the other videos, because I go over that in depth. Now we're going to use the Maybelline to go ahead and line our lips. I think this is Cross the Line, I want to say. And then also Notori did put me on to an e.l.f. Lipstick. Not lipstick, I keep calling it lipstick. Lip gloss. And I think it's Passion something. I'll have to link that below as well. But before I go, did you guys, or have you guys ever heard of the broken bone theory? This is why they can't take TikTok away from us, y'all, because I'll be learning so much. Anyway, the broken bone theory is the theory of If you've never broken a bone in your life, it's because your guardian angels are protecting you, because they know that later on down the line you will deal with a lot of mental as well as emotional stress. And so they feel like, well, let's protect that person from breaking a bone because their life is going to be so complicated. And a part of me really feels that, because I have never broken a bone in my life, and my life is extremely emotional, as well as physically and mentally stressful. And a part of me is like, you could have just let me break the bone, baby, because this right here is a lot to deal with. Anyway, if you guys have ever heard of that theory, let me know. But yeah, this is the finished look. I gotta go, but I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah.